Then we're gonna have a break till dinner. And the question then is, would you like to go back to the hotel before dinner? Dinner's at 7. We'll be finished here about 4:30. Would you like to go back to the hotel?
I think we rather stay here.
Okay.
And talk to one another. And we have one MOU to sign,
Exactly.
as well as another one
Very
to
good.
like.
So 2 presentations. One, I would like to tell you a little bit about the Hammer team. Okay, what you're doing. And second, from Accelerator, co-hosting, housing, investing, a company, Lakeside, will focus on a problem that we have currently on the banking side. And so let's start. As you know, that's little Switzerland. So we are about a third the size of South Korea, 8.5 million people, and more than 25% are foreigners.
네, 저 지금 스위스 지도 보시겠고요. 한국 면적의 3분의 1입니다. 그리고 850만 명의 인구가 50만 명의 사람이 살고 있고요. 그 중에 25%는 외국인입니다.
Because we are a country without natural resources, we only have our brains.
저희는 천연 자원의 그 인력 자원만이 있기 때문이고요. 천연 자원 없습니다. 천연 자원이 없고 인력 자원만 있습니다.
And because we are so few people, only 8.5, we need also other brains. So the immigration culture and the adoption of foreigners in Switzerland is very high. It's very good.
이민 역사가 좀 있고요. 그리고 외국인의 유입이 많습니다. 외국인의 유입 빈도가 높은 편입니다. 스위스에서는.
And it also, like we've seen from James, it actually initiated some good innovation. Also in my companies, many of my companies is a mix of Swiss and foreign people.
그러니까 이분의 회사 또한 역시 그러하거든요. 스위스뿐만 아니라 외국 회사와 이렇게 합작되어 있는 부분이 많습니다.
And when I make an investment, for instance, in a company, and 80% of them are Swiss companies, I also look for diversity. I don't like a team that they're all the same, all Swiss. That's not a good basis.
이분이 투자를 하실 때 80%는 스위스 회사고요. 나머지 20%는 외국 기업입니다. 스위스만을 하지 않고요. 어떤 다양성을 위해서 외국 기업까지 이렇게 투자를 하고 계십니다.
So you know all this? Now you know? You have been there?
Yes.
You know this? You have been almost all the places there. And the hammer looked like this for centuries, the same thing. That's from the other side. That's the hammer here. That's the mountain. You were on the mountain here. Very old picture. That's the oldest map of the hammer. I don't know how many years old. There was nothing here. And here, that's the river here. That's and we're here now. So in the future, all these maps will be on blockchain anyway. Property tokens, right?
네, 얼마나 된지 모르지만 되게 오래된 지금 한번 여러분이 계신 곳의 지도이고요. 예전에는 이렇게 아무것도 없었습니다. 그런데 이제 아마 향후에는 블록체인이랄지 관련 회사가 많아지지 않을까 생각합니다.
The interesting thing is this was a place of innovation.
네, 위험한 건 여기가 이제 레노베이션을 한 곳인데요.
So that's how they started, hammers.
네, 처음에는 이렇게 생겼었습니다.
And there was big chaos because Protestants came here to this Catholic canton. There was religious tension.
네, 종교적으로 긴장한 관계가 예전에는 있었습니다. 칸톤 측이 아시겠지만 여기 카톨릭 칸톤입니다. 그런데 이제 개신교 분들이 오셔가지고 예전에는 긴장감이 좀 도는 곳이기도 했습니다.
The person who then purchased this started very early a paper factory.
이곳을 산 분이요. 이곳이 예전에는 제지 공장이었습니다.
And they also used the water power from 1895 to create electricity.
1895년에는 여기에서 수력 발전을 해서 전기도 생산했었습니다.
And the paper factory was the first factory in Switzerland with electrical light.
이 제주 공장은요, 스위스에서 처음으로 전기 등을 가진 첫 번째 공장이었습니다.
And for instance, in 1943, when gasoline was expensive, the owner here of the hammer was driving an electric car, a Peugeot from France.
예, 1943년에 가솔린이 아주 비쌌을 때요, 여기 이곳의 주인이 전기차를 갖고 계셨습니다.
Very ugly car, 3 wheels, very terrible.
예, 퓨조
Drive only 2 kilometers, but it doesn't matter. But they had an electric car, he plugged it in here, like me now. I bought the Tesla also because I create my own energy still. We didn't look at this, maybe we have time. Old big generator, 85 years old. So I drive with my own electricity, it's fun.
발전기를 가지고 계시고요. 그리고 이 테슬라라고 전기차를 갖고 있습니다. 그래서 자가로 그 차에 전기를 이렇게 충전하고 계십니다. 나중에 보실 기회가 계시면 같이 보셨으면 좋겠고요.
It's a picture from the other side, you see the wheel? That's, we are here now. That's the big thing with the billiard room upstairs. And in here were the big hammers. And the water turns the wheel. This is how the big villa looked like in the early days. So it looks totally different. So it was rebuilt 4 times.
4번 다시 레노베이션을 해가지고요. 지금은 아주 다른 모습으로 있습니다.
Also the technology changed. This was first version of how intelligent building technology. That's from the 1980s, intelligent building technology. And now this is the version from today. It's all fiberglass, up to the desk. Touch screens, I can manage the whole house with this. We have the boardroom upstairs, all touch screens, the video, collaborative working, and so on with other companies. So, that's the hammer. Now let's talk about the hammer team as a growth accelerator. So the idea that I had was to support the Swiss software ecosystem.
이분은 여기에 그 목표는 스위스의 이코시스템을 서포트하는 게 목표였습니다.
Exactly. So I wanted to give back what I've learned over 30 years, mostly from the Americans. I worked most of my life for American companies, like IBM, Oracle, and so on. I want to bring this back to Europe and help the local software market.
네, 지난 30년 동안 미국에서 그 쌓아온 노하우랄지 그런 경력 같은 것을 유럽에 이렇게 다시 되돌려주고 싶었습니다. 이분이 전에 일했던 곳은 IBM이나 오라클 그곳에 근무하신 적이 있습니다.
So when I sold my company, I started to invest in startups, software startups.
그러니까 소프트웨어 스타트업을 투자하는 것으로 사업을 시작하셨습니다.
And only in enterprise software, because I have no clue about anything else. So no consumer, no hardware, no biotech, no nothing, just enterprise software.
네, 소프트웨어 회사에만 투자를 시작하셨습니다. 다른 곳은 잘 모르시기 때문에 일단 거기서부터 투자를 시작했다고 보시면 되겠습니다.
Currently, I have a portfolio of 20 companies.
투자하신 20개의 회사 목록입니다.
I realized after the first 1 or 2 investments that this is a lot of work.
네, 한 곳에 투자하신 다음에 이게 참 일이 많구나 하고 깨달으셨답니다.
So I started to hire a few people
그래서 이제 몇몇 사람을 고용하기 시작하셨고요.
to help me help the companies, to help them coach them with skills I didn't have, like sales operations or marketing or product management or recruiting. So we hired about 4 or 5 people.
그래서 이분이 가지고 계시지 않은 전문 분야, 뭐 세일즈랄지 마케팅, 그다음에 제품 관리, 그 사람 고용하는 거에 관련해서 4-5분을 고용하기를 시작하셨습니다.
And also an extended network of advisors.
네, 그래서 자문기관의 네트워크도 좀 확장을 하셨고요.
So from the company we heard today from Martin about regulation. So I have somebody there for legal, for CFO skills, all different types of know-how.
예, 그 여러 가지 노하우가 있겠는데요. 법률적인 거랄지 마케팅 그리고 CF 관련이 있겠습니다.
And in this round of advisors, for instance, is Ariel as well, Ariel Leudi. So he's beside working for Mobile Bridge Momentum, is also a 해머티은 advisor.
네, 모바일 그 경영 관련해서 일하고 계신 Ariel Leudi라고 계시는데요. 또 해머티은의 자문도 해주고 계십니다.
On the website, if you go to 해머티은.com, you can look at what they're doing, but it's very diverse what these companies are doing.
네, 그 해머티은.com에 웹사이트에 들어가 보시면 이 회사 관련해서 이렇게 보실 수 있겠는데요. 하지만 이 안에 보시면 아시겠지만 그 내용이 굉장히 방대합니다.
So cybersecurity, ride-sharing infrastructure on the software basis, like white label Uber, to banking aggregation of bankable and non-bankable assets in one screen.
네, 그 사이버 보안이랄지 뭐 뱅크 어셋 관련해서 이렇게 밑에 이렇게 두 회사 지정하신 곳 거기에 관련된 회사라고 보시면 되겠습니다.
This is a new interface, how to interact with data and processes. So it's like Minority Report, the movie, you know. So that's this.
That's Dismo.
Dismo, yeah. Scandit is data acquisition through computer vision, both codes and text. So we have Apple, we have Samsung as a big partner to do through smartphones scanning.
네, 데이터 인지하는 습득하는 회사요. 삼성이나 그런 어떤 LG의 그런 스마트폰 관련해서도 그렇고요.
This is a little artificial intelligence coach on the phone to help kids to protect them against cyberbullying and data privacy. So this little robot sees what is being posted on Facebook and Instagram, both image and text, and can start a conversation with the child.
네, 지금 프리바텔리 이거는 인공지능 회사고요. 뭐 그 아이들을 보호하는 거 사이버 불리에 관련해서 그런 관련 내용이 있습니다.
If the child is posting a picture that's in a bikini, that maybe the bot says, "Do you think it's a good idea?" Or is it a good idea to post your phone number? You know, let me think about this. Or if a post comes in on Facebook, really mean text, you know, yeah, bitch, man. Then the bot says, "This was really mean. Would you like to block him? Would you like to tell your friends to tell this guy to stop it?" And on the screen, it brings the child directly at Facebook at the right place. Only press a button. So it's like a coach, a social network, data privacy coach.
네, 이거는 이제 여러분도 아시겠지만 예를 들어서 아이들이 뭐 비키니 사진을 올린다거나 나쁜 텍스트 같은 거를 그 사이버상에 올리는 거는 안 좋은 일이지 않겠습니까? 그런데 이 회사가 그런 짓을 그런 나쁜 행동에 관해서 블락을 해주는 그런 기능을 한다고 보시면 되겠습니다.
It's for young children. So this is now a Swiss company, will be now distributed by BBC and by the Royal Foundation. Telcos, we have customers like telcos. Because telcos give access to the internet and the regulation more and more wants them to be responsible what people are doing on the internet. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
All things property technology, it's like a digital concierge. So it's an app for a building or part of the city. So all the manuals, documentation, ticketing system, third-party services, peer-to-peer sharing, reservation of rooms, everything you need to live in a building or in a part of a city, it can be done through this app.
네, 프로토콜 회사고요. 뭐 피어-투-피어랄지 티켓팅 관련해서 그런 모든 기술을 매니지하는 회사라고 보시면 되겠습니다.
Order management, a digital sales assistant to help you make the right choice. Mobile Bridge, you know, all of you, right? Do they know? But I have a couple of steps. Balloon marketplace, professional marketplace for professional buyers and sellers.
전문 바이어나 셀러를 위한 회사고요.
3D models of interiors and so on.
네, 3D 모델 인테리어 회사입니다.
So very diverse thing. What's the purpose? help software companies to grow. I do not invest in companies that have nothing made. So I don't do pre-product investment or seed investment. I do a little bit later. I want to see at least a working prototype.
그 소프트웨어 컴퍼니 회사가 확장하는 데 지원을 하고 계십니다.
What we do is we coach the team to achieve the necessary milestones that we can actually start attracting external money.
팀들이 마일스톤에 도달하기 위해서 이 팀들에 대한 코칭을 담당하고 계십니다.
Yeah. And that's what I said. I tried to combine all the good things I learned from the Americans. There are many bad things too, but the good things with like European engineering. So the good sales and marketing tactics of America combined with European engineering.
예, 유럽에서 배우신 어떤 좋은 기술 같은 것과 그 유럽의 엔지니어링을 결합해서 좋은 시너지를 내고자 합니다.
Because especially in Switzerland, we are very timid. You know, an American salesperson will tell you the world, but they have no product. So the big story, right? No product. In Switzerland, maybe they built an incredible great product, but they don't talk about it. You know, it's really crazy. So you have to find the right balance, of course.
네, 스위스 같은 경우에는 아무리 좋은 것을 발견해도 이렇게 얘기하거나 소문내지 않습니다. 근데 미국은 그러하거든요. 그럼 미국과 그 스위스가 가진 그런 점에 좋은 점을 이렇게 밸런스를 맞추고자 합니다.
And our best engineers from the technical universities, ETH and EPFL in Lausanne, Zurich, they're great engineers, but they have no clue about sales and marketing or how to commercialize a product.
네.
That's the big problem we have, and that's where we want to help.
예, 저 아시겠지만 스위스의 쭈리 연방 공과대학하고 로장 공과대학이라는 유명한 대학이 있습니다. 그 안에 정말 훌륭한 엔지니어들이 있는데요. 그런데 이제 엔지니어링에 관련해서는 훌륭하지만 문제가 뭐냐하면 세일즈나 마케팅에 관한 지식이 없습니다.
So what do we provide? Money.
제공하는 것은요.
It's mostly my money, but sometimes some friends are co-investing. So that's the early part.
예, 대부분 제 돈이지만 친구 돈도 약간 있습니다.
Reputation.
네,
If a small company can say you're part of the Hammer team, it helps them. Credibility wise.
작은 회사가 명성을 가질 수 있도록 하머팀이 도와줍니다.
A community because they can share best practices among the different companies.
네, 여러 회사와 아주 좋은 어떤 프랙티스를 공유합니다. 커뮤니티를 통해서요.
And coaching through the Hammer team itself and through the advisors. So we do a lot of work with them, a lot of workshops. In here, we have been here days and days, you know, drawing, go-to-market, pricing, everything.
매일매일 작은 회사가 잘 될 수 있도록 이런 코칭에 관련해서 일을 하고 계십니다.
Also operational support, that my guys go to the companies and work there operationally.
네, 직접 현장에 도움이 필요한 회사에 찾아가서 그 운용적인 지원도 하고 있습니다.
We have a good name in the VC world, so and good relationships, so we can help the companies find external financing.
네, BC 월드와 좋은 커넥션이 있어서요. 그 작은 회사들의 그 파이낸싱에 관한 도움도 제공하고 있습니다.
Funny, but they have purchasing power, so we can negotiate with Amazon or Salesforce.com or whoever. Stronger, being 20 companies than one small company alone.
네, 한 회사가 이렇게 큰 회사와 이렇게 얘기하는 것보다요. 어떤 구매력에 있어서 큰 힘을 갖고 있기 때문에 작은 회사들을 이렇게 도와줄 수 있습니다.
We have some office space in the villa, on the first floor.
네, 사무실 공간도 있고요. 저 1층에요, 빌라.
And also meeting rooms.
네.
Plus the Hammer itself we use as an event location.
회의실뿐만 아니라 이벤트 할 수 있는 장소도 보유하고 있습니다.
So for Momentum we have done ICO launch here for investors. We have done customer events, marketing events. People like to come here and yeah, we do that.
네, 마케팅 이벤트 하는 거랄지 ICO 라운지, 뭐 커스터머 행사를 할 수 있는 그런 라운지도 제공하고 가지고 보유하고 있어서요. 사람들이 여기 오는 것을 좋아한다고 합니다.
On the coaching side, that's what we do the most.
코칭과 관련해서 하고 있는
We
일입니다.
do workshops, most of the cases with one company because it's specific problems to discuss. Or sometimes we do a generic topic, we do all companies here, all the CEOs or all the CFOs are here on the table.
네, 워크숍은요, 한 회사 같은 경우에 어떤 특정한 문제가 있을 경우에 한 회사에 관한 워크숍도 진행하고요. 어떤 그것이 전반적인 사안일 경우, 전반적인 토픽일 경우에는 모든 회사에 관련된 그런 워크숍을 진행합니다.
And the biggest problem I see with my companies or challenges is not in engineering or architecture or whatever. Like I said, they learn that at school. It's usually about these things. Product strategy, go to market, how to bring it, which geography, which pricing, messaging and positioning. So all these commercial topics are the most important workshops we do.
지금까지 경험으로 봤을 때 엔지니어링이나 아키텍트 같은 것이 큰 문제가 아니라 지금 지적하신 제품 전략이랄지 GO2 마켓이랄지 파이낸싱 그런 어떤 돈 관련된 것들이 큰 문제로 대두되고 있습니다.
Or sales operations, how to organize the processes for sales, from lead gen to order, forecasting, revenue planning.
판매를 어떻게 할지 그런 것에 관한 그런 예측 관련 문제들이 어려움으로 다가가고 있습니다.
And these companies are often so small they cannot hire somebody, an expert for marketing, an expert for I don't know, legal, a CFO, a recruiter. They're too small. It's too expensive. So they use these shared services that we provide.
네, 작은 회사 같은 경우에 마케팅 전문가, 법률 전문가, CFO 같은 어떤 전문 분야 인력을 고용하기가 어렵습니다. 돈이 많이 들기 때문에. 그래서 그런 거에 관련 인력을 이곳에서 지식을 제공하고 있습니다.
And like I said before, in many cases my team, that's why nobody is here. They're all with the companies. So they provide operational support in their offices. So Guillaume, for instance, is 3 days at Scandit and 1 day at company XYZ. So the people are placed in there. That's usually the topics we cover.
네, 이분들이 커버하고 계신 토픽은요, 세일즈 오퍼레이션, 마케팅, 제품 관리, 법률, 그 사람 고용하는 거 예산 관련인데요. 지금 여기서 제공하신 게 아니라 현장에 가서 직접 회사에 가서 이런 관련 지식을 제공하고 계십니다.
When there is a new topic like recruiting came up or product management, I talk with all the companies. Do you have a need really for this topic? How many days would you use a person? If I have enough days there, like for 6 months, I recruit somebody. They have to pay me at cost. I make no money on this, just to cover the salary of the person. And jointly we decide which skills we need additionally in the hammer team.
네, 그래서 모든 회사들과 얘기를 하셔가지고요. 예를 들어서 리크루팅 같은 경우에 몇 명의 사람이 필요한지, 어느 격시에 필요한지 얘기를 해서 따로 필요한 인력을 회사에 제공할 수 있습니다.
And sometimes we even place a person permanently to become an employee of the company. So Geraldine, for instance, she was a hammer team person for marketing, working for many companies, and then there was a good fit with one, and now she's the CMO for this company full-time as an employee of that company.
네, 예를 들어서 쉐어링 같은 경우에요, 마케팅 관련 사람인데요, 이렇게 일시적으로 그 인력을 필요한 회사에 제공하는 것이 아니라 영구적으로 거기서 일을 하기도 했답니다.
And examples of the companies you have seen. One of my big stars is Mobile Breaks Momentum. Do they all know what you're doing?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Then we leave this. I always like to show these numbers. Amazing. So the results, my last slide. What has happened in the 4 years?
지난 4년간 달성하신 것에 관한 설명을 드리겠습니다. 결과요.
We closed one company.
한 회사 문 닫았고요.
We sold one company.
한 회사 팔았습니다.
We are in the process of an ICO with one company.
CEO분 한 분 계시고요.
We've done, actually the last 2 months, we have done 3 B rounds 25 million, 30 million, 15 million, with VCs like Google Venture, they're in the 30 million here, Salesforce.com Ventures, Atomico, Nokia, Growth Partner Capitals, Early Bird,
지난 몇 달 동안 벌어들인 여기 레비뉴입니다.
and we've done many Series A rounds. And that's actually all I wanted to talk about the HEMOTIN. Okay. Good. No questions? Very good. Let's switch to the last presentation, Alain Kunz.
So I wonder how much time you spend with all your portfolio companies.
I focus on 5 personally.
5.
Yeah. So we divide it a little bit up. It's also linked to the amount of money I've invested. So the one have many millions, I spend more time. The ones with
Okay.
little money, I don't spend so much time. So we talked a lot about how great Switzerland is and everything is great. It's not all great. Martin told us about a few things. And one problem we have, we talked about it at lunch, is the banks are afraid to work with companies that create funds through crypto, mostly because of the Americans. So I would like to ask Alain to show us, talk a bit about the background quickly and show us what the problem is.
점심 식사 중에